What it do, what it do, what it do. This is great grandson of We Will Building We. What it do, y'all? It's your brother right here, grandson of We Will Building We. Got my host right here, Roll Black.
What's going on, y'all?
You know, we're here to talk about some things that occurred and happened today. Crazy in the bodega. You know the rules in the bodega in New York City. Do not go behind the counter.
Stay behind the partition.
Word.
Like, why would you ever want to go back there and fuck with the man behind the counter? Leave that nigga alone.
Leave him alone, man. And at the end of the day, a lot of people out of state can really talk about the story because they're not from New York. It's very dangerous going behind that counter in the cities where we're from, man. New York City, man. So going behind that counter was very risky for bro. He risked his life by going back there. And it was stupid.
Yeah, his risk is like, he got his life took it, nigga. He took his shit.
Yeah, he fight, yeah.
You had no business minding for $25, for $50, $1, whatever, nigga. Bag of chips.
What it was about?
The mother went in the store, the baby took the chips. The man said, oh no, the baby can't take the chips. I don't mean the baby can't take the chips. Boom. She go get him. He come back on to defend the honor of the stolen chips. I want to go behind the counter.
It's crazy.
Slamming the old man around, doing all that wild shit. And then he walked across, he still stood up. And he's still on her. That's why you touching him again. Bang, bang, he banged you. This is what happens. I'd have banged your ass too. Shit.
And that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Over some potato chips.
Over some chips.
Over some potato chips.
So you gotta be smarter and wiser. You gotta move accordingly. Don't let no girl go get you killed over no chips. Same shit happened to my man. Same type of dumb shit.
Word, man.
You cannot be having shit like that happening.
Stupidity.
Over some dumb ass
So now I heard that the owner of the store was arrested. You know, I don't know what's going on with that situation. Is it self-defense or what they going to do with that? Because you know the laws in New York State is crazy, man. You know what I mean? If this was anywhere else, it would have been self-defense.
In real life, this shit is self-defense. In New York, they don't care about nobody. They don't care. Only can be self-defense is the police. That's it. Ain't nobody else.
Real talk, man. Send my condolences to the family of the young brother that was murdered today. You know,
because he died for nothing.
For nothing.
That was stupid. He died for no reason. You left your child behind. You left that stupid ass broad behind.
What about the girl?
I don't even know how she could have even made you come in and do some dumb shit like that. But people don't know. Because you got all these out-of-state dudes talking all this wildness. Yeah, they don't even know. They're not. No, this is what happened. They didn't realize it. This is in the papers and stuff in New York. We live it.
Okay.
The girl poked him. She poked the man behind the counter. When he came from behind the counter, she hit him 3 times. They ain't lock her up.
Wow.
They let her They let her get some box. They let her poke him.
In his store.
Yeah, in the gun. This is what's wrong with us, man. We gotta stop doing stupid shit. This is crazy.
But before we show you this footage, I'm gonna ask y'all to please press like, subscribe, comment, and share. You heard? World is crazy out here, man. You know, think before you do certain things.
Think before you act.
Word, man. You know,
think about your kids before you do anything.
Use your fucking head. Use your brain, man. Use your brain, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you have a child who is fatherless. You feel what I'm saying?
For nothing.
Over a bag of chips.
Because you want to do Rambo. You want to be Rambo and go behind the counter on this dude for nothing. What's wrong with you, baby? That dude is bugging, man. We've been doing this shit. We never, when we was coming up, went behind the counter other bodega. They got anything behind. They got knives, guns,
shotguns, all that.
They ain't from America. They got everything. Who knows what these dudes got behind there, man?
If you from New York City, you know you cannot go behind that counter unless you are quick. Because there's a weapon behind there. Fam, you had no weapon, none of that. Harassing the old man and all that.
That old man, listen, that old man ain't understand. You could have had a bat and went across your shit and you would have been knocked right out. Or could have took you right on out of here. Y'all better start thinking, B. Life is not, life is, y'all act like life, like you get another one. I don't even know if you get another one, but I ain't never heard a nigga come back and say you can't get one. So what you gonna do about it?
Lord, man. Yo, man. Like I said, man, I first want to give a big shout out to my brother, China Brim. Actually, for y'all to send your prayers to him for him to get well. You know, he's dealing with the sea right now, but he'll be alright. You feel what I'm saying? Word up. But yo, shout out to Ghetto Diamonds, most definitely. Ghetto Diamonds. Shout out to Ghetto Diamonds. Shout out to the whole family. You know, shout out to the whole family, man. But we here. Yeah. You feel me? Yo, check out this footage, man. This is the great grandson of We Were Building We. This is my brother, Ro Black, aka Nino. We here.
Gentlemen.
It's not like this no more. It's like this.
BODEGA worker is charged with second-degree murder and is back home tonight after being released on bail. Police say he stabbed someone who confronted him behind the counter over the weekend. But as CBS 2's Ali Bauman reports from Hamilton Heights, the mayor is defending the suspect's actions. Surveillance video shows 37-year-old Austin Simon going behind the bodega counter. He pushes the clerk, 51-year-old Jose Alba, into a chair, then stands over him. Moments later, Simon seemingly pulls Alba up by his shirt collar and the two men wrestle. They're freezing the video before the clerk pulls out a knife and stabs Simon multiple times.
And he grabbed him by the neck to drag him out. The first thing that you feel is you fears about your life. So you're gonna do whatever is possible for you to defend yourself.
This happened late Friday night in the Blue Moon convenience store off West 140th Street. Police were called for an assault in progress and found Simon bleeding from 2 stab wounds in his chest and 1 in his neck. He later died at the hospital, and police arrested the deli clerk for second-degree murder.
Never tell a person how to heal. Put you in my shoes real quick. Imagine all your kids in another state. It really put me in another state. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm sure they mothers hate. But please excuse me for my puzzle face. I got skies counting on me, but they gotta wait. Because my mind is in another place. I can't rush being a leader, hurting every day. I'm trying to figure out in every way. But this shit is unreal. How people trying to tell me how to heal. But they don't really care about how I feel. Everything I ever said was real. I cry tears even when I'm in the field. On Crip, I ain't perfect, but I'm trying. I chose music cause it stopped me from crying. When I go home and I'm feeling like I'm diving. You know my heart beat different cause it's dying. And the devil really trying. And God giving me tests and I'm surviving. They say it's slowly at the top and they ain't lying. They say it's slowly at the top and they ain't lying.
Man, great grandson in the building. You know what I'm saying? As you see, subscribe to Great Grandson TV. Please drop your link, brother. Drop your link, brother. Because apparently, you know what I'm saying, we getting shit together. The team is strong. The team is strong. Alright. Yeah, some New York shit too, man. For real though. Juice.
This is Channel of We Rebuilding We, another production by Roadblock Prod MM of GGCTV. This is Channel of We Rebuilding We, another production by Roadblock Prod MM of GGCTV. This is Channel of We Rebuilding We, another production by Road Block Prod MM GGC Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg finally did the right thing by dropping murder charges against bodega worker Jose Alba, but he hasn't remotely admitted he was wrong from the start, nor abandoned his reflexive support for thugs over crime victims. Moving to dismiss the case, Bragg conceded only that his office couldn't prove that the defendant was not justified in his use of deadly physical force. How did it take him 2 weeks to accept the obvious? Again, video showed from the start that younger, bigger Austin Simon cornered Alba behind the counter and attacked him. The clerk's stabbing of his attacker was clear self-defense. Yes, since the stabbing proved fatal, the DA had a duty to investigate possible criminal charges. But that was no excuse for prosecutors initially requesting $500,000 bail for a bodega clerk. Even when the court instead set the bond at $250,000, that guaranteed Alba would be stuck in Rikers, despite Bragg's much-stated desire to keep perps out of jail. It took outside intervention to get bail reduced and Alba sprung, and even then Bragg wouldn't drop the second-degree murder charge even as more evidence of self-defense emerged. Allegedly, Manhattan prosecutors were re-victimizing the hard-working Dominican immigrant with their wrongful accusations. Meanwhile, Bragg instantly refused to even consider charges against Simon's girlfriend, who not only triggered the fatal encounter by bringing Simon to the store to avenge the clerk's alleged rudeness, but proceeded to stab Alba after he'd warded off the attacker. That shows the DA believes it's the victims and cops who have a duty to de-escalate tense situations, not the actual lawbreakers. This is Channel of We Rebuilding We, another production by Road Block Prod MM of GGC TV.
The black sheep is the strongest member of the toxic family dynamic because the black sheep is carrying generational trauma on their back, and the black sheep refuses to be programmed. Everyone else is like mindless zombies, programmed, acting like nothing is wrong, and they have normalized toxicity. But the black sheep says, no, this isn't normal. Despite all the things that happens to the black sheep, the smearing, the gaslighting, the valuing and discarding, the black sheep stands as a fierce underdog.
Look at you. I'm talking to you personally. You are so magnificent, a creation of God. Let's look at you. You were tested by God with 3 tests before he allowed you the gift of life. In order for him to give you the gift of life, you had to be worthy to receive it.